Welcome back, everybody, once again to Provibe Garage. I'm Jamie, there's Mara, and today I am going to start working on installing the dial shifter that I got off eBay. It is for a 2019 Dodge Ram Bighorn. I'm going to file that down, but it's going to go into here. So first and foremost, I made a template. That way I know where it's going to sit and what I have to trim. So I want it to sit somewhere right around there. So I have some trimming to do and a bezel to make when I'm all done and get it fitted in. I would like for it to sit in front of this pocket now instead of actually down in there. And I believe there's enough room if I modify how this is sitting and maybe this a little bit. I plan on possibly cutting the top of this whole piece off, making my own new bezel that will fill the whole thing and cover that. And this will stick out right about here and somewhat of an angle, I think more like this. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get my Dremel tool and find my bits. I believe they're over there, and start working on this. Okay, so I backed it back out. Now, in case any of you are wondering, I've got a small screw because this had to be cut down quite a bit. It was out here about. So I got a small screw, hex head that's going through there into this. It will be covered with a bezel when I'm done. On these two holes, they line up with there, and I made a hole over here. And I've got these, I don't even know what they're called. A screw tab of some sort. I forget what they're called. I have used them many times. They come all over the car, but these are extras. So these are in there, and now you'll see me put the whole thing back in place, and that'll be installed permanently. And then I'm going to figure out a way to make my bezel. All right, so there is so far the small bolt through there. I got a bigger one through there into those, I guess like a pinch washer. Yeah, it's solid, look. Doesn't move up or down. So that is going to stay there. I do like the placement. And now this original bezel, I like the idea of having that little waterfall, kind of locks in and hides the little tab there for that kind of thing. I might use that kind of idea, but I am going to make my own bezel that will go all the way around here. And I believe I have enough room right here for a small, possibly have enough room for a small, I guess, aftermarket cruise control system. That would be great. I don't always like to push the gas the whole time. I'd like to just cruise for a bit, but if there's not enough room, I'll measure. But for now, I think what I want to do is maybe some putty work of some sort, build a bezel that will fit into this up to my gauge or controls here, and then on this side come down a little, back up, and hide all of this. And yeah, I think I'm on the right track. I'm liking it. So trying to think of the easiest way to make a bezel. I think what I'm going to do is actually use the original one, because this has clips that will clip into these but not the front. So that'll be modified a little bit. But I think what I'm gonna do is just take this, I'll cut this, take the leather out, but cut this so it will fit right into this little spot. And from there, I'll use this, I guess, as my template. So I can try and size it and make it fit all the way around real nice. And then from there, I'll build off of this with some epoxy, like one of those steel stick kind of ones. Like a moldable putty that will harden up and I can sand it and smooth it out and whatever. So I'll remove that. It's easy to do. And start working on cutting this to fit and see what I can do. If that doesn't work, try something else. Right. Took that out. Now I have just the frame, which is gonna be nice, so I can actually just throw it right there, see where it's gonna line up and mark exactly where I want it and then fill this part in. I think that'll work. All right, so this sits on loosely. There's no more clips holding it here and here. So I'll probably get some seam sealer, glue that right down there, maybe melt it in, but I like how it seals. All right, and then I will do some putty work along the edges here and here. As for the front, this one still clips in on this side. This side I cut it out so it I can actually take it out if I need to, but pops down, it clips in, stays in. This little piece here, I'm going to measure to see if I can get the cruise control little module. I think it's too big for that though. So for now, I'm going to get a little piece of plastic and mold it in right to fit this. And we'll hide that up. And then I get to paint and putty and all that good stuff. I like the look of that. All right, so that side, I'm going to sand this up and paint it with all of this. I'm gonna paint it similar to this. It's a matte black that I've used everywhere. Simple. Clean this up. And then this side, like I said, I'm gonna glue this down and then do some putty work on this side just to close this up. It will permanently attach this into this. I don't see a need to ever take it out again once I wire it, which I can do simply by lifting up the whole thing. Not a big deal. So far, this doesn't actually attach to the car. There are going to be bolts in the sides there and there that will screw it into the tunnel. But for now, that's sitting free and clear. I don't need to worry about it. So this, I like this. It's gonna make it permanent. All right, my parts are done. I ended up painting them with a metallic graphite. Kind of looks like what the colors used to be, and it kind of matches that a little. But this is gonna go in here. I'm gonna glue it to the back of this, and it should stay somewhere about there. And then the back piece here, I like how this turned out. Epoxied a little piece of plastic. This plastic was a piece of an old welding shield. It's the only little piece of plastic I could get that was easy to use, but now this clicks in on this side and just holds itself in. I like how that looks. Almost looks like it's supposed to be there-ish. But yeah, now I think what I'm gonna do is a little bead of putty or something all the way around, kind of tie everything together, seal it all up, make these cut sides a little nicer. Kind of have this kind of look to it where it's kind of rounded off all the way around. Maybe use my finger kind of thing around like this. And then we'll be done. So yeah, next step, glue this down. And then once that's set, I will get the putty out. Some sort of epoxy putty. All right, having fun. Okay, one more piece puttied, as well as the sides. They've been puttied, but it was too, I guess, liquidy almost to actually fill in the space around here that I wanted. So I was able to fill in the lines and the 1500 from the Dodge Ram. And now off to the paint cabinet, and we'll find some primer and some paint. Painted. No more 1500 written in here. Got a little bit of a reaction going with it, but that's all right. I'll give that a little smoothing out and possibly a matte color to kind of match this a little better. But I also plan to put a sticker on there, so it won't really show anymore. And I think it's kind of blending in real nice and looking pretty good. All right, I grabbed some JB Weld high heat mastic epoxy. Kneaded the two colors together quite a bit, and with my fingers, I made it into a roll and smoothed it all out. Now it is completely surrounding the shifter and made it kind of look like a bezel. Tried to make it kind of look like this a little bit. But yeah, it's got about an hour of work time, and then it takes about 8 hours to cure. So I got some time. Once it's cured, I'll give it a very light sanding, some high grit sandpaper, just to make sure that it's as smooth as I can get it, because, you know, that's all I was doing. And then clean up all my edges, make it kind of look like this a little bit, as much as I can, and then paint it. Now I'm wondering if I'm gonna paint this color, or if I'm gonna paint this color. Don't know yet. But it is starting to become one piece, and I'm happy with it. So 8 hours of cure time. Tomorrow, I'll be working on that again. I didn't film me working it because it is just boring. It is me just finger smoothing it all out, molding it and cutting the edges. So I've got some cleaning to do on all of these edges here. I'm gonna paint lightly on these edges, and then paint everything kind of, I guess, to match, but still don't know yet. Orange, gray, we'll see. There it is. So I decided to paint this. I was never happy with the orange. It wasn't the same orange as the car. And being the only thing orange, even if this was orange, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe stood out a little too much and looked a little tacky. So I've painted these the same color as, well, kind of what's already here, a little bit more metallic-y, but my bezel is done. Piece that I fabricated, done. That is done. I love it. I also fixed the back here with a screw and a washer. I broke that a while back. So that works again. And there you go. So bezel goes all the way around. I think it looks almost like it was supposed to be there. I like it very much. And now also that little thing that was a little bit of an issue here, I just put the carbon fiber kind of sticker on there. I got a whole roll of that stuff everywhere. So maybe put some more somewhere else. Don't know yet, but kind of hides the little bit of the spots. Wasn't so bad. The spots actually kind of just made it look patterned, as you can see around the carbon fiber. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but it was a thought while I was waiting for my son to finish cleaning his car over there. And we'll see. Let's go and now put this back in the car. I like it. There you go, guys. So back in place. Courtesy lights are wired, CB's wired, speakers are wired, and that is not wired because the engine and transmission are still sitting over here. The Sound German Automotive wiring harness for this has not been ordered. That will be a future endeavor. Soon enough. That's a money issue. I've spent quite a bit lately. I got the wiring harness for the motor. I'm waiting on the oil pan. Still hasn't shipped. Should be a few weeks, couple weeks for that. Got notification this morning that my Dakota digital gauges have been shipped this morning. I should get them next week. So that will be coming soon enough. But there is, oh, there we go. Let's fall all over the place. There we go. There is my shifter. There we go, put it in park. I like it. I get to now sit here. I'm gonna be putting in my gas pedal soon. I'm still gonna keep the, oh, we've got pressure. I'm gonna keep the brake pedal and the clutch. I'm gonna put a spring on the clutch so I can pretend and play. I do like this. But yeah, there we go. I get to now reverse, neutral, drive. There we go. I like it. It's starting to come together. I'm starting to really like it. And I can't wait to get that in there and get it running. So there you go, guys. Enjoy. As usual, pain in the ass. One step backwards to get another step forwards. But it's done, finally. Center console is in for probably the final time. I will have to move it to wire up the shifter that is now installed. The 2019 Dodge Ram Bighorn shifter in my 2014 Dodge Dart center console in my 69 Charger. Yeah, it's a lot, guys, I know. But it's looking great. I love it. You saw I did paint this all a muted color. I think without the orange here, it looks a lot better, a little sportier, not so cheesy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it with the kind of similar colors. It is a graphite gray metallic Dodge color. I think it's better than the orange that didn't go with anything else. Probably gonna get rid of those floor mats too, we'll see. But anyways, guys, it's done. Follow along for more on Instagram at Provibe_garage. Make sure to stay tuned because the Dakota digital gauges are coming next week. And I can't wait to get onto those, put those in. And as soon as I can get my rear sump oil pan, I'll be putting that motor in, and I can't wait. Originally, I gave this a 3 to 5 year build. We are on year 3. Motor's here probably a year before I thought it was gonna be, so doing good. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.